Fantastic. So now I have the opportunity to sit down with Don Ginsel. I'm probably completely killing your second name there, so...
Oh, but that's all right. This is quite a tough one.
Well, everything is tough for me, I'll be honest with you. But you're the leader of Holland Fintech. So obviously fintech in Holland is pretty hot, right? We've got some pretty impressive companies coming out based in Amsterdam and broader into helping banks in The Hague and various different places. So Amsterdam's been hot. But what have you seen at the event so far in Money 2020 that you've really liked?
So what I really like is actually that I see so many of those promising startups of a couple of years back. You see them actually progressing and actually becoming more of the more serious sponsors around this event. Yeah. So I think the progress there, I'm not sure if it's just also for show, but if they're actually making progress, it looks like it. And especially I think the neobanks are doing quite a good job. The interesting thing I think is that basically what I really found very funny is that I think 1 year ago I think we had a better idea on what PSD2 was actually going to bring us than we do now, as we're getting closer to the implementation, but actually much more fog around the topic and the RTS. So I think and it's a lot of fun to actually figure that out and see how people are struggling with that. While at the same time, it's of course also a big opportunity for a lot of organizations.
Yeah, I love the speculation around PSD2. Everybody gets very excited and then very nervous, and then there's this sort of collection of fear kind of coming, isn't there? I think particularly from the banks, but there's lots of people here who are seeing it as a massive opportunity, though. So,
but I think it is. But you need to get it. You need to get it out of the compliance department. Otherwise, it will keep just being approached from fair perspective.
Indeed. So I guess the big news, obviously other than all the company announcements that have been happening here at Money 2020 is obviously next year it's going to be over in Amsterdam.
Which exactly.
I say to everybody is like literally if I could convince my wife to move anywhere, it would be to Amsterdam. Like Schiphol Airport, but just beautiful place to be. So how did it come around that Money 2020 is going to Amsterdam then?
So I think if you actually look into, so you see that basically it's becoming too big for the venue that it currently has. Yeah. You see that sort of infrastructurally Copenhagen is struggling with this size of event. Yeah. And so basically if you scavenge around Europe, then I think you just find a couple of places where you could actually fit in a 10,000 people kind of event. And if you then actually also look into some of the nicer places, I think you only come up with the top 3 or so where you need to go. And I think so we've been working with Money 2020 Europe for over 2 years now. So we already were in a close relationship. We did a lot of roadshow events in advance of the European show that they do. And so we feel that we're kindred spirits in that sense. So that I think really helped to see that they are fully aware of the fact that they could get on the ground support from us. And we saw that the venue, RAI, really worked with them. The city of Amsterdam was putting up support, not financially, but willing open to basically move everything that they can to facilitate such an event. And I think also some of the Dutch financial services stakeholders, like for example Rabobank or UL or 5 Degrees, are the ones that said, we'll be supporting you as well when you come over. And I think basically having some sites into sponsorships for next year and thereafter is probably going to has helped a lot as well.
Fantastic. Well, Amsterdam, like I say, is always one of my favorites. So Money 2020, 2018, see you in Amsterdam.
It will be great, I think. So I think that the nightlife of Amsterdam is going to be also quite refreshing addition to Money 2020.
Yeah, there's always that day 2 lag for people, but I imagine day 2 in Amsterdam is going to be a little bit harder than just it would be in Copenhagen.
Definitely, we need much more coffee, I would believe, and probably a bit less attendance in the very early sessions.
Indeed. All right, well, thanks for joining us, Don, and look forward to seeing you in Amsterdam.
Look forward to see you there.
Thank you.